Today's how to build is on a Minecraft Ender Dragon. In part 1 of this video, I showed you how to build a micromob scale and a minifig scale Ender Dragon. And today I'm going to show you how to build a 3 scale Ender Dragon. These are the pieces you'll need for the body of the Ender Dragon. A word of caution before we begin. Be careful when handling Lego bricks, otherwise you might cut yourself and have to wear a band-aid in your next video. So this is a 4x12 plate in black. That's what we're going to start with for the body. Put that down. Then we're going to do a 1x4 brick across the front. Going to do some 1x2 Technic bricks with the hole in the center. So 2 of those here and here. Then into the back we'll do a 1x8 brick and a 1x8 brick and fill off the back with a 1x4 brick. And now thinking up, we're going to put some 1x2 bricks in here that'll connect upwards. So in the other 2 Ender Dragons I built, I used a lot of these click hinges, and we're going to continue to use a lot of them today. So this one is a 2x2 brick with a open click hinge, and then we're going to use 2 1x2 plates with the open click hinge. And so those we're going to put on top of 2 2x2 plates. And we'll stick those off the back and this off the front. Working from the back, I'm going to take a 1x2 brick, then a 1x2 Technic brick, then a 1x8 brick, and then the same thing on the other side. 1x8 brick, 1x2 Technic brick, 1x2 brick. Another little mini construction here, 2x4 plate, 2 of those, a 1x4 plate, and then some of these 1x2 plates with open click hinges. And then that's going to go on the front here for where the wings will connect. And then behind that, I'm going to fill this in with a 2x8 brick, a 2x8 brick, and a 2x4 brick. These are the pieces you'll need for the spines of the Ender Dragon. So we're going to use jumper plates down the middle here. That's a better angle to see. Then we'll fill in the spaces between these jumper plates with some 2x2 tiles. And we'll go all around the side with some 1x4 tiles. One by 2 at the front, 1x2 at the back, then 3 more 1x4 tiles. And then for the gray spines, we're going to use dark gray, 1x3 brick with a 1x3 tile if you've got that. If not, 1x3 brick, 1x2 tile plus a 1x1 tile. And 1 more of those. And then we're going to center those so the 2 dots at the bottom of the brick will go into the 2 dots of the jumper plate. So now we've got spines on top of our Ender Dragon body. These are the pieces you'll need for the back legs of the Ender Dragon. The bottom of the foot will be a 2x4 plate, then a 2x2 tile, and a 1x2 tile, then some of these 1x1 plates with clips on the top. Take 1x1 brick with a stud on one side, 2 of those, then connect them together with a 1x2 plate with a handle. Put a 1x2 tile on that. Put all of that under a 2x2 brick and another 2x2 brick. This can clip on to the foot now. pretty good ankle there. Then up here, we're going to take a 1x2 cheese slope and a hinge brick from a 1x2 to a 2x2. Connect it onto there. For the top of the leg, 2x2 brick, two 1x2 Technic bricks, and a 2x2 tile to top it off. Stick that on the top. Build another leg exactly the same. And then we're going to take a Technic pin that's 3 studs long. Stick one in that way and the other in the other way. Then these can go back on the holes here. And now we've got our back legs in place. These are the pieces you'll need for the front legs of the Ender Dragon. For the foot, you're going to take a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 plate with handle, and connect them with a 2x2 tile. So build 2 of those for our 2 feet. Take a black 1x1 brick. Take a Technic half pin in blue, because that's a stronger connection. Stick it inside. Then take some 1x1 plates with clips on top and stick them on either side. You're going to build 2 of those. One, you're going to put it on the left side, and the other, you're going to put it on the right side. 1x1 Technic brick, 1x1 brick, one of these nozzle pieces. Do one this way and one that way. This one's going to connect like that. This one's going to connect like that. Then we're going to take the Technic pins in black, connect them in. Going back to the body of the Ender Dragon, can now connect the legs on each side. These are the pieces you'll need for the first half of the left wing of the Ender Dragon. For the gray that's on the wings of the Ender Dragon, I'm again using light gray instead of dark gray. I think that matches the actual colors of the Ender Dragon best, but you can use whatever gray you feel is appropriate. Start with a 2x8 plate. Then we're going to use some 2x2 bricks with the inside of a click hinge. One on each side. Then a 1x4 brick in light gray. Then a 1x4 plate back here. The color doesn't actually matter. And here, put a 1x4 plate in black, going back from there, and then a 2x8 plate. If you want, you can fill in that space there with black or whatever color, doesn't really matter. Then a 1x4 plate. The color doesn't matter there, but I'm using light gray for consistency. Across the top, I've got 2 1x8 tiles, but any tiles you've got to cover that up. Now across here, you're going to do a 2x8 plate in black, then a 2x3 plate, and a 2x4 plate, then a 2x6 plate, and then a 1x4 plate. We're going to flip this upside down, do a 1x3 plate over here, and then a 1x6 plate all the way to the back. Flip this back around. Use a corner plate at the very back here. To top this off, we're going to take 6 1x1 tiles in light gray and go down in a diagonal. Twist them a little bit to line them up just right. These are the pieces you'll need for the second half of the left wing of the Ender Dragon. Start with a 1x6 plate, 1x2 plate, and a 1x1 plate. Connect the 1x1 and 1x2 with a 1x2 with open click hinge. Then do a 2x2 there, a 1x4, and a 1x2 going back. Then across here, do a 2x4, 1x2, 1x2, 1x1, And then we're going to do a 1x8 tile across the top there. Going to connect all of this with a 1x10 plate in black. Do a 2x2 tile in light gray. Take a 2x6 plate, make it go up. A 1x8 plate, make it go up there. Here we're going to do a 2x3 plate and a 2x6 plate. I'm going to do two 2x8 plates here, or this could be a 4x8 if you're feeling so inclined. And then down at the bottom here, 1x4 plate. If we flip this over, I'm going to do a 2x6 plate up this way. Let's connect some of that stuff together. Going to take a 1x8 tile all the way back. At the very bottom, do a corner plate in black and do a 1x1 gray tile there. And then we're going to take 6 1x1 gray tiles. Once you have them on, you can twist them a little bit to make sure they're well lined up where you want them to be. You're going to take that and connect it to the other half of the wing. These are the pieces you need for the first half of the right wing of the Ender Dragon. This wing is a mirror image of the other wing, but I used slightly different parts here, so I wanted to show you some of the other part selections you could use. So I'm going to start down here with two 2x4 plates in light gray. On the side, these 2x2 plates with the inside of a click hinge. Connect this with a 1x4 brick in light gray. Do a 1x4 plate here. Color doesn't matter. I'm using light gray. Do a 1x4 plate in black hanging backwards. Then a 2x8 plate in black hanging backwards. I'm going to leave this thing empty this time. Do a 1x4 plate there, and then I'm using two 2x4 tiles to cover the top this time. Going down the side here, I'm going to do a 2x8 plate. Then we're going to do a 2x3 plate and a 2x4 plate, a 2x6 plate, and a 1x4 plate. Flip this up, do a 1x3 plate, a 1x6 plate. I'm going to do a corner plate on this thing. And then down from here, we're going to do 1x1 tiles in a diagonal line. Again, make sure we line them up how we want so they're not all crooked. These are the pieces you'll need for the second half of the right wing of the Ender Dragon. Start with a 1x1, a 1x2, and a 1x6 plate. Use a 1x2 plate with open click hinge to connect over here. Then do a 2x2 plate and a 1x4 plate and a 1x1 plate. Layer on top of that is going to be a 1x6 plate, a 1x2 plate, and a 1x1 or 1x3 if you've got it. Then across this half we're going to do a 1x8 tile. Across the front of this we're going to do a 1x10 plate in black. Connect that over in the corner with a 2x2 gray tile. Now underneath here, going to have a 2x6 plate hanging back that way and a 1x8 plate over here. Flip this down. Going to do a 2x3 plus a 2x6, then a 2x8 and a 2x8 and a 1x4. On the bottom side, just for some stability, we're going to put a 2x6 plate here. Across the top, going to do a 1x8 tile going back, black corner plate down here. One thing I should point out is that I've gone for sort of jagged, blocky edges. If you wanted these to be more refined, you could try using wing plates for some of these. The bottom here, do a 1x1 tile in light gray. And then we're going to do 6 diagonal 1x1 tiles again. For the last time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, now click that onto the other half of your wing here. Now you're going to take your left wing, connect it onto the body. Now that it's connected, you can bend it up a little bit and maybe bend down the outer part of the wing. Turn it around, connect the right wing. Do the same. And now you've got a nice middle for your Ender Dragon. These are the pieces you'll need for the neck and head of the Ender Dragon. Start with a 2x2 plate and 2 of these 1x1 plates with the inside of a click hinge. Put them on the 2x2 plate. Put a 2x2 plate on top of them. Then a 2x3 plate going backward. And then some 1x1 dark gray tiles we're going to stick in between these studs here. That's the first link of the neck. For the next part of the neck, take some of these 2x2 bricks with the outside of a click hinge. Connect them with a 2x4 plate. And then do some 1x1 dark gray tiles stuck in between these studs here. Connect that to the other piece of the neck. The first level of the head is going to be a 2x3 plate, then a 1x1 plate and a 1x2 plate with handle. To connect those, we'll do a 2x3 plate and a 1x3 plate. The next level, we're going to have a 1x2 brick with the inside of a click hinge facing that way. Then on the side, we'll do a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 plate with handle facing front, and a 1x3 plate going back. Fill in the next layer of plate, so I did a 1x3 corner plate and a 1x1 plate. You could do something different though. Then a 1x2 plate, 1x2 plate. For the eyes, we'll do purple 1x1 round plates on each side. And I just did a black 1x1 round in the middle, but that could also be a square one if you like that better. Top it off with a 2x3 plate and a 1x3 plate. For the very top, I'm going to put 1x1 plate with clip on each side. Cover the rest with tile, so 1x2, 1x1, 1x1 in the center there, 1x2, 1x1. Then we're going to fit some dark gray 1x1 tiles into these two clips here. For the bottom part of the mouth, take a 1x3 plate, some 1x1 plates with clips on the side. Connect those all together with a 2x2 tile and a 1x2 tile. And you can clip that onto the bottom there. For the next level of the mouth, I'm going to do a 1x3 plate, 3 1x1 plates with clip. Connect those together with a jumper plate, a tile, 1x2 tile, and another jumper plate. And then we're going to put some 1x1 tiles on top of those jumper plates for the nostrils. Line it all up. And then clip that onto the top handle. Now you've got a good mouth that can open up. Clip this to the neck. Connect the neck to the body. Click it down one and click it up there. These are the pieces you'll need for the tail of the Ender Dragon. So the first piece you'll need is this 1x2 brick that's got both types of click hinge on it. If you've got a lot of these, you could do the entire tail that way, but I didn't have quite enough so I'm using a combination of different types of click hinges. So put 2 of those together, connect them with a 2x3 plate, and then do some 1x1 dark gray tiles for the spines. Take a 1x2 plate with the inside of the click hinge, stick it on a 2x3 plate, put a 2x2 plate on top of that, and a 2x3 plate on top of that, and a 2x2 plate over there, and then a 2x3 plate hanging backwards, and then take these 1x2 bricks with the inside of a click hinge, Stick them that way. And then do 3 1x1 dark gray tiles across the top. And then connect that to our other tail section. Take another 1x2 plate with inside of a click hinge, stick it on a 2x3 plate, do a 2x2 plate, 2x3 plate, a 2x2 plate. Take one of these 2x2 bricks with the outside of a click hinge, connect them with a 2x3 plate, do 3 1x1 gray tiles across the top, then connect that to the rest of your tail. Take a 2x3 brick and a 2x2 brick with outside of a click hinge, connect them with a 2x3 plate and a 2x2 plate, then put 1x1 dark gray tiles across the top for the spines. And that is the very back of your tail. What's nice about this tail is that you can bend it up and down however you want. There's a good range of flexibility in it, so you can have the tail all the way up if you want. Then go and connect the tail onto the back of the Ender Dragon. Position your legs and tail like you want them. What's great about this model is there's a lot of flexibility in it, so you can pose the legs in a couple different ways. The wings can flap. The tail and the neck can pose in different positions. It can even support its own weight in sort of a standing position here, which is not a position the Ender Dragon really takes, but if you wanted to pose it that way, you could. It can also stand on all 4 feet, but I think it looks best when it's suspended slightly above the ground using some transparent bricks. Steve doesn't stand a chance.